almost losing my flight, almost losing my passport, losing my phone. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I want to share with you what I learned after traveling full time for 3 months around 9 Asian countries and multiple cities. I did lots of mistakes and I hope telling you all of them will help you in case you're thinking of traveling full time over a longer period of time. The first one was the fact that in some places I would just spend almost all the time resting because at the beginning of the trip I would visit too many things and I would just get tired. For example, in Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Bali, which were at the beginning of the trip, I visited everything I could and I got really tired. So when I reached South Korea, 5 days I would just stay at home and rest, and I didn't visit almost anything. I visited just in one night a very nice bridge with multiple colors, and I saw the sunset there. So it's not nice to visit everything in a location and then in a new location to not visit anything at all almost, because I mean, I wanted to visit South Korea too, but I couldn't. I was just too tired, and yeah, it was like pretty lost. But I really hope I can visit it again and visit it seriously, like I visited Bali or the Philippines. The second one and the most important thing for me was that at the end of the trip, fear started to set in. I wanted to go home because I was starting to feel very unsafe because in Japan I was in Tokyo when a very strong typhoon hit in and I couldn't sleep all night and I was so scared, and that was the point where I started to have fear. So for one entire month I just wanted to go home because I started fearing everything: typhoons, earthquakes, diseases because of mosquitoes. I would I would use my cream against mosquitoes, but it wasn't always working. So I was fearful because of the yellow fever or malaria. So yeah, I wasn't fully enjoying it because for around 3 weeks I was living just in fear, and I wanted to go home where I was safe and where I had everyone around me and so on. Three, which is related to the second one, being homesick can ruin your vacation. So if you have all the flights planned, you can turn back anytime you want. So after 2 months, I started to be really homesick because of the fear and because of missing my friends and my family. So I was thinking of going home, of missing home most of the time, and it kind of ruined my last weeks of vacation because instead of just relaxing and visiting, I was wondering how it's like home, how is the weather, how are my friends and my parents doing, and so on. And I remember listening to the song I'm Coming Home like always. Four, you have to always be prepared for bad experiences. So I had a very bad experience in the Philippines, not because of any people, but because of some situation that we didn't think of. We remained at midnight without food, without water, without battery, without internet, without cash, and I was going crazy. I explained this bad experience in another video of mine. Why I love Filipino people. I left the link down below in the description. So in that situation, we got kind of saved, I don't know, by a very nice Filipino person that helped us find a hotel, and it was one of the nicest thing that happened in my trips, I think, because that person just worked with us and was really kind, even if they didn't know us. So, yeah, the Filipino people are very, very kind. I had other bad experiences too, like almost losing my flight, almost losing my passport, losing my phone, but then finding it again because of a very nice person in Bali. So I can count a lot of things that can go wrong in your trips that you have to be always prepared for, and they can happen even at the beginning of the trip. So yeah, you should stay calm and think rationally in case something like this happens, like losing your passport, losing a flight, because if you don't stay calm and if you panic, nothing good will happen after that. Five, and this is very, very, very important. For long trips, you should prefer staying in just one place instead of moving. This was very, very tiring for me because I would stay for a maximum of 7 days in one accommodation, and I had always to move and pack and so on. For example, in Bali, I stayed for 3 weeks, but I wanted to try more accommodations in Ubud, so I picked three accommodations and I had to move all the time. I had to pack all the time. I would lose some very good hours when I could just relax or just visit. I would just move my things to the other accommodation or just go to pick another flight, and that is very tiring at some point. I stayed for 3 weeks in the Philippines, but I stayed in Bohol, Cebu, and El Nido. So I was always moving around accommodations, and I was going to the airport or to pick a car ride or something like this. And at some point, I was very tired of it, and I just wanted to stay in one place for 3 weeks and recharge my batteries and then go on. But I couldn't because I had everything planned on my list. All the flights, all the accommodations were just planned very, very carefully. Six, I shouldn't overvisit, especially at the beginning of the trip. As I said earlier, I visited everything I could in Phuket, in Bali, in Singapore, in Malaysia, and then I just got tired of visiting. I wanted to stay and relax at the pool or in my room, and I got tired of visiting, which is not good because there are some places with very beautiful attractions and very beautiful places to see that I didn't want to visit because I was tired. And it's not fair for those places to stay unvisited and other places to be explored at all. Seven, I think this doesn't apply to everyone, but it does apply to me because I work while traveling. So, one of the biggest mistakes I did was that I worked all the time. I used to work 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening and have 2 days off. But I should have just taken more days off to relax, and I think I was so tired because I was working too while traveling. And if you are working while traveling, make sure you take some days off, because even if you don't realize it, it will make you be very very tired, and it can even destroy your vacation without even noticing it. So the last one, and one of the most important things, is just to relax. I didn't know how to relax because I was always planning and moving and visiting and working, and I just forgot about myself. I think I wouldn't just stay and relax, and in 3 months without no relaxation, almost no relaxation, it just gets very hard. And I wish I could turn back in time and just relax, stay at the beach all day and relax and not overvisit, as I said earlier. For example, sometimes I would just relax, for example, at the pool, but in 3 months, I never stayed at the beach. For example, I went to Bali, to Phuket, to the Philippines, and I never had one day when just fully stayed the entire day at the beach. And I think this is one of the biggest mistakes I did. If you are planning to visit for a long time, some places, make sure you take at least one day a week off to relax and not think about anything, not visit, not work, not anything, because it will help you a lot to be happier, to be more relaxed, and to want to visit more because you are just recharging your batteries when you are relaxing. I think these are the main mistakes and tips I have for you when traveling full time. I think there were other mistakes that I did, but I don't really remember them. If I will remember many of them, I will do just another video about the rest of the things. But for now, I think these are the most important and most helpful tips that I can give you. If you have any other tips or suggestions, you can leave them down in the comments and I will read them. You may help other people too if you leave them in the comments. So I hope you like this video and I really hope you find it useful. If you like this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. My Instagram is Monica's Travels and my website is betravelos.com, where I'm sharing lots of travel advices and itineraries and so on. I'm also making quizzes, travel quizzes on there, so if you like them, just take a look. I pasted all the links down in the description below. Bye bye, I hope you have a great day and stay safe.